racing games might not be the most famous when it comes to mobile gaming, but they're some of the most thrilling kind and packed with content amongst the rest. We get about a dozen of them every month, and if you're keen around these games, I'd like to try a few good ones. I'm going to be showing you about 13 of the mostly offline racing and driving games for your Android and iOS devices you can pick up and play right now. Number 1. This to just start things with something y'all could easily pick up and play and have no less than a month of fun with, at least. If you haven't already, however, we have Extreme Car Driving Sim, which is the absolute number 1 most played racing driving game on the Play Store. I mean, it's almost 1 billion times downloaded so far, and it's playable offline too. If you want something realistic yet easy on the device with vehicle sim mechanics, a campaign and a multiplayer too, you really couldn't go wrong with this one. Now here's the thing, I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but in case you missed it, EA Games actually is launching Need for Speed Mobile officially in about 2 days. I mean, technically speaking, the game is available right now, but in Japanese and on TapTap, but you could wait like a couple more days for the English version. I mean, it's rumored, but it's gonna be no more than a week from now. Anyway, the game is gonna be going on both the Google and the App Store. This is just a quick mention. It's a racing sim with literally console qualities and a next generation leap. This game is online at about 6 GB in its current state. Moving on. Now, speaking of games you could go for right now. Number 3, we have Rally 1, Race to Glory. A game downloaded almost 1 million times since its global release a few days ago, and right up there in quality with games such as Rally Horizon from earlier this year. It's a very realistic offline and online competitive racer from the same developers of the Rally Racer, and a couple of other car games with over 1 million downloads each. You can play this one for free, it's about 1 GB in total, playable all the way offline. Now look, if you have ever had a chance to play CSR Racing, specifically CSR Racing 2, a game downloaded over 50 million times if you didn't know, you really want to check out Big Rig Racing over here, because it's basically that game in experience but with trucks. I mean, for a free game that's got optional ads, this game offers the most amount of content and one of the biggest customizations in addition to a huge range of trucks, very good graphics and quite a fast-paced gameplay. 10 out of 10 easily. Coming up behind that with a 4.5 out of 5 on over 500,000 downloads for a few months over here, we've got Rally Horizon, a game we mentioned before, coming from the same creators of Heat Gear. It's almost $1 million game in scale, but Rally Horizon, you see, is even more accurate and a neck and a head above anything the company's ever had to offer to this very day as a free game. I mean, the game is as of last month playable offline. It's got in-app purchases, lots of cars, even more cars to purchase, events, maps, and literally a console to mobile port and feel. Rated as the number 4 most earning racing game on the Play Store, that's really not nothing. Number 6, we have an F1 Formula racing game over here coming from EA Games Official, over 10 million downloads and a 4.5 out of 5, a game called F1 Mobile Racing. I mean, if you do like formula cars and accurate car physics, all you really need to do is to just go try this game for a couple of minutes. You know, you will never find a better game in quality than this. It's a free one and about 1 GB in total. Sitting on the App Store with over 100 million downloads and a 4.5 too. Since 2018. We've got here, of course, it has to be in all the racing games, Asphalt 9 Legends, single-handedly to this day even the most visually and technically advanced racing game on the Google Play and the App Store. This game is a bit of a pay-to-win, and most of the cars take a really long time to get, but the premise is amazing. The frames can get up to 120, if not more. Very fine-tuned and crossplay, 10 out of 10 more, highly recommended more than any other game in the list. Moving on, we have Drive Division, a multi-purpose car simulator that I've tried to include in a racing games list and for a while, as it's one of the most underrated games on the entire platform. I'm not even stressing enough when I say that, believe me. This game's a rather challenging, very physics-based halfway drifting car racing and a vehicle sim that's wholly playable offline. It's been around for a couple of years and it's still getting updates once every week. The whole thing's about a gigabyte in space too. Car Street, on the other hand, has been around for a good few months and it's already downloaded over 5 million times on the Play Store. It's the number 10 top-rated most trending and grossing racing game on the Play Store and so far rated a 3.8 to 4.2 out of 5 in different regions. If you are familiar with the Car series and haven't tried this one yet, just know it's the mobile equivalent of a game as big as Horizon. It has the occasional bugs, it's free all the way though, and it's huge in scale. Number 10, we have Drift Legends 2, sequel to a drifting racing game downloaded over 10 million times on the Play Store. This sequel over here, however, got more accurate physics mechanics, more car stages, a bigger customization, and of course better graphics. There's like 20 AAA drifting racing games out there right now. This one specifically is one of the top 5. It plays offline, it's free all the way, has cross-platform play, and even a multiplayer. Now moving on, we have Vroom. This is actually free-to-play multiplayer racing new entry in the Vroom paid game series that's playable with up to 16 players with a lot of stages to play through. Game's a physics-based kart racer, sort of a combination of Fall Guys and Mario Kart, except it's mainly a multiplayer. The game is available on the Play Store only, takes about 150 megabytes tops, and this is how it looks. Number 12, we have Rocky's Drag Racing, which is kind of an adventure racing game for those of you that prefer a little story with your adrenaline. It's a racing sim with some nice physics-based mechanics and a good few stages and some escaping/chasing maneuvers. Imagine what would happen if you combine Need for Speed with Mafia. Well, this game's basically that, or what it really has to offer. It's an online game and about 120 megabytes initially. It's free too. And last but not least, we have a kind of running game inspired racing, well technically bike racing game over here from a new developer too, with almost 100 downloads only, which is sad indeed, something called Untraveled Rider. This game is basically a truck driver driving sim but with bikes, meaning you choose a bike at different stages each time, some nice customizations actually and upgrades for each bike, and a rather really chill round of up to 10 minutes and more. Check it out, it's a free one and about 400 megabytes tops.